And here we are with part 2. Up here, I have F model up with a list of every map that's in this version of the build. Note this is before the final patch that Squeaks mentioned that he would do at the point in time I'm recording this. And I also have this, which I made heavy use of towards the end of both of my shipwreck playthroughs of the Legacy and final ones. So we might as well. Immediately we're gonna just connect it. Pretty simple, unless something goes wrong, I guess. Yep, everything's fine. And now, so in terms of maps, Menu V2, Waiting Room Halloween, Crypt, and Air are the used maps, so we're gonna go over there first. That means we're in Menu V2 right now, so if we toggle debug camera, we can immediately see we have a little friend here. And if we plug this in a few times, preferably shape complexity, we can see even more detail. Rock there as well. Also, of course, this little projector is pretty notable too. I think that's about it in this map, though. It's a weirdly constructed cube. Down here, this is like the original menu, so that's good to know. Hello. Yeah. And now we're actually gonna be heading to Waiting Room first, because I'll be honest, the lighting in Waiting Room Halloween is awful. We're gonna type open Waiting Room, and well, let me disable that. The lighting is just kind of fucked here by default. Yeah. Wasn't ported completely properly, which is generally fine. Also seems to be a weird in-between version as well. Yeah, we can definitely get a good view of our character up close here, but that computer has been good enough. We're gonna activate this real quick. Yeah, definitely an in-between version. It seems to have the logic of it seems to have a lot of the logic of the current Halloween Waiting Room, but not quite there. We don't even need to walk around, honestly. This room is pretty empty. The screen's completely black. This, formerly locked, well, okay, it's still locked, but this constantly locked door leads into this weird little hallway. Weird little branching door thing, but neither do I actually go somewhere. Oh yeah, and of course there's this little friend under the map. And this asset.
Hello, my waiting roomers.
That's back.
I want to let you know about something interesting that I found out recently. Did you know that the Latin word for wait is manier? Is that how it sounds for near? Hang on. Maniere?
Weird hallway right behind here. And
what? That's not right. No, it's maniere. It's gotta be maniere. It's written like maniere. What?
No way back, but...
Okay. That's a funny word. Anyways, you guys need to maniere. Okay, bye!
Door that is locked. Weird collision. So... yeah. It's just a little room full of these guys. There's not really much else out here. It's an enclosed space. A little bit of weird collision here, but it ultimately just goes out into the void. If we go back into the room, where am I? Okay, if we go back in the staff room and go here, there's this weird little enclosed thing that also doesn't really go anywhere, just kinda there. Not sure if this is used anywhere. I assume not, honestly. But yeah, weird door. You can stand there, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Oh yeah, spawn area, then go up, and it's strange second floor. No ceiling, but has a light there like it's supposed to. Yeah, none of the new fixtures are around in this. I'll show that off in a little bit. Through here, in our little friendlier course, and further, it just kind of tapers off into nothing. And hey, that's a bit of a friend. And there's also the duck, which you can assume is probably not in the current version of the waiting, like the previous version, because this is a weird in-between thing. Also, this guy, I don't know who this guy is, but he's so happy. He's so
Hello,
happy.
everyone, and welcome to the waiting room.
Who are
I see
you?
there's so many
Could
beautiful
be
faces
Gizmo,
lined up,
but it's
but
eyes don't
unfortunately we're
match up.
not quite ready to open up yet. Don't worry,
Yeah,
just take a seat and get comfortable.
Fuck
It'll
you.
probably take a while.
Hello.
Go when you're ready, and if your name over the intercom, just
This
come
one,
to the
we
front,
can
and
assume
we'll
that
discuss
this is
things
the
with
one
you
that,
and send you
pops
on
out
your way.
there, especially
Thanks
in
again
this
for
position.
showing up. It's really
But this
nice to
one-
know that people still care about us.
Doesn't
Alright,
seem to be
bye-bye.
completely unused. It's traumatized. Yay! Random Cogware logo out in the void. And you! I don't know what to make of this. I have no idea what to make of that in any way. That's most of the major stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of ways don't go anywhere but out to the void. And like, I think the only other stuff is just some random weird hallways. Like here, there's just kind of a random unused empty room. Links to here. Doesn't really mean much, but I mean it's there when it didn't need to be there. So like, yeah, anything left is just stuff like that. So let me.
Hi there. I wanted to make the wait a little bit easier.
Shader
So, I figured now we
complexity
could time to tell some jokes.
reveals
Well, I've had
this.
these written down for a while.
And we can stand on it.
Why can't orphans play baseball?
You can stand on it either way.
Because
but
they don't know
it's
where
best
home
to
is.
just go. There's a door up here.
Oh, I feel awful for laughing
Completely
at that.
non-solid. Absolutely non-solid. Not much
I-
to be done.
Sorry, I don't... If you're an orphan, I'm so sorry.
I think that's about it for this.
Sorry.
So-
I'm so sorry.
I never get tired of that cheap wolf audio, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't really pan my camera in here, but yeah, I don't really go anywhere. So we can go to Waiting Room Halloween. Yeah, keeping our shader complexity on. It's definitely easier to see, but once we get out a bit, not that much easier. Happy Halloween, regards to Hotel 9. Yeah. The best solution I've found is to just excuse me? Buddy, there we go. We literally, if we need to look at something better, we're literally just gonna teleport our guy here, and we can see a bit better. That's literally it. There's not really that much different, though. We can look at this better. Yeah. I think there's only like one genuinely notable change, and it's over like back here. Let me. Maybe not. That door is still completely non-solid, non-interactable. I'm just gonna. Let's put you in here. I can't really see where I am. There we go. You get closer, look at the blot statue. Other side. There's some oddities here. This is still here, of course, but you know, not much notably changed. It's just weird. Weird stuff. I think that's like really all that matters here. So, I think we're gonna pull up our next thing, which will be Crypt. Now, it's very notable that if we just teleport ourselves out of here, we seem to be completely safe. In fact, going up here a bit, you can see his spawn location. Yeah. Yeah. The only notable thing, like, since, you know, it's all pretty self-contained, there's not that much outside, except whatever the fuck this is. It's just, I think the kind of spawn point for him in a way. Like, since there's not really that much outside of that, at least not that I remember, the most notable thing we can really do is just Freecam in here. And it's a bit hard to see because, you know, we're nowhere near it, but I think I could probably teleport. I don't think they'll fuck up anything. Get a close look at that. Our strange little plant model, a box, and I mean, that's it. I thought that was a computer for a while. That's why I said that, you know, another thing about it potentially being where that STV YouTube channel stuff comes from, but it doesn't really mean much. We'll put ourselves on top just to get a little look around. And yep, nothing notable. We can put ourselves in here, as good of an idea as that is. Might not be solid, actually. It's not even teleporting us. Like, try to do it on top of the box. That works. So, you know, you get a better look at our guy. Hey, man. Kind of resembles, like, the legacy model, even though it's not. But, yeah, like, I guess we might not be able to get our guy actually inside the box. Man, talk about thinking outside the box. Finally, it's not gonna interact with effectively anything, but if we run into him, okay, that it was the jump scare box. Okay, And it's not saved as a video. It's not saved as a video in here. Anyways, this is error. It's empty. Exceedingly empty. However, if I actually open error as a map...
Starting to think you're doing this on purpose. You're going for a record. Oh yeah, look, in the Guinness Book of World Records, page 42, the most caskets filled by a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, I tried loading this map first thing upon starting, and nothing really changes. It's always that dialogue, but hey, it's that guy. Hello there. Hi, friend. The skybox. The skybox is definitely very familiar and weirdly constructed. But like a lot of things in this game are, and I'm just used to it. It works. Of course, the instance of the bunk bed being framed as a normal bed, as tends to happen. But yeah, well, that's interesting. Now that we've gone through all the existing maps, let's start going through the rest in order, starting with Baseline. Legend of SpongeBob, I guess. Legend of SpongeBob, I guess. Yeah. And then leaving. Yeah. Credits. Completely unique map here. Nothing happened, so turning our camera on. Well, that's interesting. It definitely resembles like a church of some kind, but does it matter? That's a good question. Also, I just realized I should probably clarify, Squeaks is completely okay with doing this. Like, Squeaks did say you are allowed to, like, decompile and look through all this stuff in this build. It's just go through the game yourself before you start doing it, because, you know, there's stuff that's on the website. That was the only condition, and, you know, I literally recorded myself, you know, doing everything, so, yeah. Just wanted to clarify that. Now, open menu Crossroads. At first, seems like a completely empty map, until... yeah. Menu Crossroads. We're gonna have some fun looking through these. No player model is spawned in any of these menu maps, so it's just gonna be doing this. So, open menu docs. Everything that initially looks like it's empty, only to find there's just some stuff out of bounds. Most likely because they're like unfinished variations of menus. Stuff that doesn't really matter. So... menu hospital. And that. This one is an interesting one. You're a monster. Yay! God, I really cannot wait for the full version of this game. Oh boy. Menu Lodge. First one that, you know, something's actually visible right off the bat, even though it's mostly just, you know, for background effect. So this huge water tower thing. At least I see it as a water tower. Then the actual thing itself, pretty well designed for a menu. It looks good. There's like a door and stuff. Yeah, you can see those through the windows, so that justifies their purpose. But then what the hell is with this thing? And going down, there's the heart asset. Completely blacked out, but it might just be because of a lack of light source, and we can't, bring ourselves over to test it. So, yeah. Menu office. We can't see anything till, we do that. What's old is now new. Promotional poster. And, yep, this is an office, alright. While I was going through these, going through the latter half of the unused maps, one of my partners who doesn't really know anything about HI-09 or much about Shipwrecked started watching, and she just kept complaining about how badly all the models are constructed with the out of bounds thing, and I thought it was really funny. Menu V2 is a used one, so menu waiting. Yeah, this is pretty much the menu that's usually used. It's still Halloween themed. It's still Halloween themed for no real reason. I think they just completely overrode it in this build for some reason. But yeah, it's effectively just an unused version of, the final one, which I guess is why it's called Menu V2. But menu, the word menu, water. Yeah. Looks like that one part. This looks like a part that's been seen in a good amount of teasers. But that's all we can really say. And finally, water treatment. Yay! Yay! Yeah, this game is gonna fucking suck. In a good way, but it's gonna suck. I'm genuinely so scared for some of the implications, but yeah. With that, I believe that's everything notable. There's some other random things, but for the most part, it just doesn't really matter. Where is it? Yeah. Most of these can actually be loaded up in here, and I don't think it really matters to actually try and open up something that we can look through every single asset, especially since that feels like it's just a bit too much. Of course, there's some stuff in engine, but it means nothing. That's pretty much it. We're pretty much done. I've looked through everything and can verify there's not really anything that notable. We can open up entry, but that's it's nothing. It's like a default thing. It doesn't even pertain to the actual game. It's just kind of there. So yeah, with that we're pretty much done. Thank you and goodbye.